Here at English Woodlands Timber, we've had to rethink packs. We're known very much for our waney edge and live edge timber, but up to 50% of the timber that moves through this plant and mill is actually square edge timber that arrives to us in packs. Now, packs are a great and efficient way for a sawmill to transport the actual timber. But when it arrives here within the timber merchants' shelves and packing area, it's a disaster. What you have is a big lump of timber with a whole lot of components in it, which we have very little idea what's in it. Some of the mills actually supply us with a tally sheet. Now that's helpful. But remember, that tally sheet is no good to us, because as soon as we pick 2 or 3 pieces of timber, the tally sheet's of no use at all. So what we developed in the software of our Galaxy system and on the stock search tool was a live tally system. So what we do is when the pack comes in, we do all the work up front. We actually take the pack and mark up each one of the boards and to exactly the measurement and the width of the board. So at a glance, if you were looking at this pack, you could very easily see exactly what is in the pack. You can see it's a wide pack, boards with wide ends and 4 meters long. But what we are able to do is identify the 4.1s, the 3.8s and the 3.9s. Now that 0.1 is critical in reducing waste. And we realize that we are losing far too many quotes because we are using generic waste factors. But we are now able to identify the piece of timber that we'll use in production, and when we're quoting, we quote specifically from the pieces within the pack. When those items are drawn from the pack, the person pulling the timber actually marks down the tally sheet, and it downgrades the pack tally for each width and length that's been taken out of that pack. So at any one time we know exactly what's remaining in the pack, and we're able to do it. What invariably happens is that you're left with bundles of timber all over your plant and mill and in the racks that you have no idea what's inside them. And invariably it's all the narrow ends, and all the big wide boards have already been taken out of the packs, and you have no clue apart from the thickness and the quality of the timber. We've now gone down to making sure that every single board within English Woodlands Timber is now marked and recorded, and we're about 80 to 90% of the way there to making sure that that is applicable right throughout the binders. And that's enabling us to reduce the customer's waste and ensure that we're able to reduce our waste, and at the same time increase the hit rate we have on quotations. We're winning more and more and more of the joinery market, at the top end of the joinery market and in the furniture market. And people are coming to us for square edge timber, which is sold in packs. But look at the detail and the energy that goes in to the front end of the process, so that at the back end, picking the boards is simple and quick. And that's where we're trying to change this process.